Good morning, students. Welcome to our virtual class. Our today's topic is the religious trends in ancient India. That in our last lecture, we have learned about the Vedic civilization. We have learned about the Vedic civilization. In Vedic civilization, we have learned what are the lifestyles of the people. Then day by day, the whatever the customs, religions, they get followed. It becomes so critical. It's not easy to understand, and only one person is having the detailed information about all the Vedic civilization, even that the mantras and the yajna rites, only to the priest. Only to the priest is having a detailed information about it. So students, towards the end of the Vedic period, whatever the details acquired, the importance of yajna rites is day by day it becomes increased. And as I told you, only the priest has a detailed knowledge about it, and others doesn't have any knowledge about it. So students, here I just wanted to give the example. If in our house, especially in Hindu religions, or even in any religion, not in Hindu religion, if you wanted to make any kind of puja, so who called you? You called the priest. So what you all are thinking, that they're having a detailed knowledge about the yajna rites, they have a knowledge about the various mantra. So same things is happen in ancient period time also. So that's why the varna, even we in the Vedic civilization, that as we have learned that the varna system get formed. The varna system is the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and the last one is the Shudra. The people get formed this varna system only for the betterment work of our society. But later on, that we have learned in civilization, that later on the people get known by the varna instead of their knowledge. So that the varna system also get restricted, and it is very hard when the time get passes. Even a person's a social position of a person, that we now only we have learned, it is decided by the varna, not by their achievement. So that's why in Upanishada periods we can see that attempts were made to give a wider scope to religious thought and not restrict only yajna rites. However, the thought in Upanishads focused on the existence of the nature and the soul. So basically that we have learned Upanishada. Upanishada means what? That we are getting the knowledge by the sitting of the feet of the teacher. But instead of this, all these things, they started to give the importance to the yajna, right? And started to give the importance to the nature. And even day by day, they are started to believe on the worship of the God only. Just like Shaiva, they are the worship of the Shivas, and the Vaishnava, they are the worship of the Vishnu. It means the other, if suppose one commodity is there, if that commodity started to worship only one God, and other community what they started to believe in another God. So by the time certain trend comes around the 6th century, that the religious thought is not easy to understand to the common people, and even the woman also not getting a secondary importance to the society, and even she doesn't have a right to participate the religious yajna, right? So it is very difficult to the upliftment of the people, upliftment of the society. Okay, so that by considering this, they want, even the people started to discriminate amongst the people on the basis of their caste. So that's why Vardhaman Mahavir and the Gautam Buddha is a special importance to give the new ideas to the people. And here the first person is the Vardhaman Mahavir. So in a Vardhaman Mahavir, the Vardhaman Mahavir belongs to the Jainism, and student Jainism is an ancient religion, and this religion gives the importance to the non-violence. If an exam, this words sentence come for the fill in the blank, which religion gives the importance to the non-violence, then your answer should be Jainism. So according to the Jain tradition, according to the Jain tradition, a person who reveals religious knowledge, reveals means gives a religious knowledge, it is known as the Tirthankar. And the Vardhaman Mahavir was the 24th Tirthankar. Vardhaman Mahavir means before the Vardhaman Mahavir, already 23rd Tirthankar, they shows their religious knowledge and ideas to the Jainism. And the Vardhaman Mahavir was the 24th Tirthankar. And students, Vardhaman Mahavir get born in the state of the Bihar. That is the means at that time Mahajan Padas were there, in which Mahajan Padas Virji, and that the capital of that was Virji was the Vaishali. It's a mistake. So Mahajan Padas time was there. So at that time, in which Mahajan Padas, Vardhaman Mahavir get born at Virji. And where was this Virji? In the state of Bihar. And the capital of that Mahajan Padas is the Vaishali. And the village, if you talk about the village, Vardhaman Mahavir get born at Kundagram. Where he born at Kundagram, and the parent name is the Siddhartha and the Trishala. The father name of the Vardhaman Mahavir is Siddhartha, and mother name is Trishala. And student, this Vardhaman Mahavir left his house in the search of the life. Even the Vardhaman Mahavir left along with his home. He leaves his all his comfort, and he enlightenment means he get the knowledge about his religion after doing the rigorous tapa of 12.5 years. 12.5 years tapa karke Vardhaman Mahavir got the enlightenment. So the whatever the knowledge is pure knowledge. This pure knowledge is known as the Kevali. So that's why Vardhaman Mahavir is also known as the Kevali, because whatever the religious idea is he has given to the Jainism, that knowledge is the pure. And even he called the Jinnah also. Why we called his Jinnah? Because he leaves all his bodily comfort, and he's not desired कि मुझे ये चाहिए वो चाहिए. He sacrificed that all his desired thing. Okay, so that's why that he called it as a Jinnah. And the Jain word comes from the Jinnah only. And even the Vardhaman Mahavir said, why we call him as a Mahavir? Because he gives all his passion, all his bodily pressure, and he has the courage to conquer all, means whatever the information is wanted to acquire the knowledge, he's ready to that. So that's why it is known as the Mahavir. And after the attainment of knowledge, he preach means he gives his teaching to the people about 30 years. कितने साल तक उन्होंने जैनिज्म के लिए टीचिंग दिया to the other peoples? About 30 years, to make easy people to understand. If suppose if I wanted to teach any new language, if I wanted to deliver any knowledge to you, so basically I have to give a knowledge in that language that you know, वो तो आपको पता रहेगा, उसी में हम knowledge देंगे. So it means that the Vardhaman Mahavir started to preach the people in Ardha Magadhi. Ardha Magadhi is a name of the, it's a language. It gets used in ancient period of time. And even the Vardhaman Mahavir is also gives the knowledge of the Jainism through 5 great vows, that is Panchamahavratas, Tri Ratna, and the assembly which is conducted by the Vardhaman Mahavir and the Tirthankar, the assembly held by the Tirthankar to preach the people. That assembly is known as the Samavasaran. Okay, the Samavasaran was based on the equality, and all the people of all the Varna has their entry. So Vardhaman Mahavir teaches, they gives the Pancha Mahavratas. Pancha Mahavratas means the 5 rules to strictly followed in the Jainism. First one is the Ahimsa, means not to kill. Asatya, sorry, Satya. Satya means what we have to say truth. Asatya. See, don't go with the meaning that asatya means we are not supposed to steal. Steal मतलब हमें चोरी नहीं करना है. क्या नहीं करना है? हमें चोरी नहीं करना है. Okay. So that is the asatya. Aparigraha. Aparigraha means non-attachment. It's basically what happened. We the people, we have attachment. ये मेरा book है, मैं किसी को नहीं दूंगा. ये मेरा है, ये मेरा है. No. So all these are your attachment. If you wanted to follow a Jainism, then you have to leave all this attachment. That is known as the aparigraha. And brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means you are supposed to leave all bodily pleasure. Bodily pleasure means to wear a nice clothes and resting, to dance and to drink. Okay, so this kind of pleasure we are supposed to leave it. Okay. So students, these are the Pancha Mahavratas. That is Ahimsa means the non-violence. Satya means the truth. Asatya means it's a non-stealing. Aparigraha means non-attachment. We are not supposed to accumulate property due to our greed. हमें चाहिए इसीलिए हम property बना रहे हैं, no. So we have to give that non-attachment. Okay. And the brahmacharya means we have to leave all bodily pleasure. Then the Vardhaman Mahavir teaches the Samyak 3 jewels. 3 jewels means these are the 3 principles that the Samyak Darshan. Samyak Darshan, it means in Samyak Darshan we have to understand the truth in the preaching of the Tirthankar. It means whatever the Tirthankar teaches you, you have to keep faith on it. If suppose if your teacher teaches you that we are not supposed to tell a lie, we have to say, oh, we are not supposed to cheat the people. If these things get told by the teacher to you all, so you have to believe on it. So that is your Samyak Darshan. Okay. And the Samyak Gnan. Samyak Gnan means what? After the studying, the preaching and the philosophy of the Tirthankar, we have to follow and we have to teach and we have to learn the deep meaning, whatever the taught by the Tirthankar. Samyak Charitra. Samyak Charitra means whatever the other 2 jewels are there. And even they are, so for the Samyak Charitra, it means this, we have to follow the all 5 great oaths, means that Panchamrata, Ahimsa, Satya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. This we are supposed to follow. Okay. Now the essence of teaching. Vardhaman Mahavir speaks about the Aneka Devata. Aneka Devata means, here I have given an example that 6 people, they are trying to touch the elephant and they give their own opinion and what they feel they are correct in their place. So in the same way, Vardhaman Mahavir teaches that we have to consider the teaching, whatever the thoughts, ideas of the other peoples are there, we have to be understand, because whatever he feels, whatever he touch, so it is as per what he experienced, what are the his the environmental conditions are there. So as per the teaching of the Vardhaman Mahil, we have to respect the thought and the ideas of the other people. Vardhaman Mahavir also taught the people that the greatness of a man does not depend on his varna, but his excellence is depend on what is achievement on the conduct. In the Vedic civilization, the doors of the knowledge is closed to the woman, but the Vardhaman Mahavir gives the right of the sannyas to the women also, and the teaching of the Vardhaman Mahavir is a have a mercy and a compassion. Have a mercy and the compassion means we have to be kind to the people and live and let live. Jio or Jine. These are the teaching. These are the teaching of the Vardhaman Mahavir. Now our second ancient religion is the Buddhism. Students, Buddhism is spread along with the India to the other countries also. And Gautam Buddha is a founder of the Buddhism. Founder मतलब क्या उन्होंने ये new religion लाया. He introduced this religion. So that's why Gautam Buddha is known as the founder of the Buddhism. And student, just like Vardhaman Mahavir born at Lumbini, in the same way, the Gautam Buddha gets born in the Lumbini. Vardhaman Mahavir at Kundagram, and the Gautam Buddha at Lumbini, which is in Nepal. And the parent name, father name of the Gautam Buddha is a Shuddhodhana, and mother name is a Maya Devi. Gautam Buddha's original means birth name, was Siddhartha, and as he attained the knowledge, he only gets the knowledge of human life and child. Means all his life he gives to get the knowledge about the human life. So that's why we called him as a Buddha. And students, he wanted to know that why people are sorrow, why few people dukhi hote, why people gets, why there is a sorrow, why the peace they are suffering in a human life. So to find out the answer of this question, he left his house. So all the knowledge regarding the sorrow, he get enlightened on the Vaishakha Purnima, when he was sitting in a deep meditation under a peepal tree, which is a Uruvela near the city of Gaya in Bihar. And there, that tree is known as a Bodhi tree. And he got the enlightenment. Enlightenment is the highest knowledge under that tree. And the for meeting in a Vardhaman Mahavir, what they call Samavasaran. And here they called it as a Dhamma. The teacher, the first sermon is a Dhamma. And first sermon they have conducted as in Sarnath. So combinedly, what the whole event they call the Dhamma Chakka Pavatan. Dhamma Chakka Pavatan, it is in Pali, and in a Sanskrit we say Dhamma Chakka Pravartan. And the Vardhaman Mahavir gave his teaching for 30 years. Then, but the Gautam Buddha, he traveled on foot nearly 45 years to preach the Dhamma. Vardhaman Mahavir started to preach the people in Ardhamagadi language. Gautam Buddha started to preach in a Pali language. And the concept of taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma and Sangha, it's a Sangha. So students, Vardhaman Mahavir teaches us the 5 great O's. In the same way, Gautam Buddha is also teaches us the noble truth. Noble truth means the Arya Satta, that why we are suffering, and why we have a doubt. So first one is the dukkha. Dukkha means that we are suffering in a human life. Dukkha means what? There is a suffering in a human life. If suppose if you are suffering, then in second step you have to find the cause behind it. क्यों आप दुखी हो? Then later on कि वो दुख का निवारण भी होगा. निवारण मतलब क्या? It is possible to end. And pratipad means the way. This way leads to the end of suffering. Led to the end of sufferings. That is why it is a way of good conduct. So it is known as the Ashtanga Gik. Ashtanga Gik means it's a 8-fold path. It means what? It is 8-fold path. Then Gautam Buddha also gives the Panchashi. 5 great vows are the rules of the Jainism. Panchashil, these are also rules and they are supposed to follow it. So what was that rule? Is we are not supposed to kill the animals. That is the ahimsa. Stay away from stealing. Stealing मतलब हमें चोरी नहीं करनी. It means it goes to the asatya of the Vardhaman Maha, the 5 noble truths, the 5 great oaths. Stay away from unethical conduct. Unethical conduct मतलब हमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं करना है. It means that हमें किसी को cheat नहीं करना है. We are not supposed to do proper behavior होना चाहिए. Unethical conduct नहीं होना मतलब चोरी नहीं करना है, किसी को मारना नहीं है, किसी को bad words use नहीं करना है. That is unethical conduct. And the next, stay away from lies. Stay away from lies मतलब झूठ तो नहीं बोलना है. Stay away from intoxicant. Intoxicant मतलब शराब वगैरह नहीं पीना है, ड्रिंक नहीं करना है, स्मोक नहीं करना है. All these are what the Panchashil, which is set up by the Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha, they have the Buddha Sangha. See, this is the picture of the Buddha Sangha, a follower of the Buddhism combinedly, just like when the people come to teaching, if they wanted to teach, what they want a school. Okay, so in the same way, when the people they combinedly, they wanted to preach a people. So this is known as the Sangha. Sangha is a kind of the organization. A male person, मतलब इंसान आदमी, मतलब एक पुरुष, if they preach the Buddhism to the people, we called it as a bhikkhus, and to the lady we called it as a bhikkhunis. And then the bhikkhus and the bhikkhunis, they travel, or they have to travel on their foot. They have to travel on their foot to preach a Dhamma to the people. So that's why there was a separate Sangha for the women also. And as in a Jainism, all the Varnas people can be welcome. So in the same way, people of all the Varnas and caste they can welcome, they can join the Buddhism. In the same way, there is a essence of teaching in a Jainism. Essence of teaching in a Jainism. In the same way, there are essence of teaching to the Buddhism only. So Gautam Buddha, what they said, Gautam Buddha, they announced a freedom of a human intelligence. Human intelligence means what? That we are not supposed to discriminate the people on the basis of the Varna. No one get greater. कोई भी जन्म से ही बड़ा नहीं होता and छोटा नहीं होता. Okay, so that that's why the Gautam Buddha says even a quill can chirp freely in her nest. मतलब एक छोटा सा पक्षी का बच्चा, he also can he can also enjoy his freedom. अगर वो freedom enjoy कर सकते, so we can also. So that's why in Gautam Buddha, he opposed the yajna. He opposed the rituals of the yajna. His teaching of the wisdom, moral virtue, and the other values. What is the main aim of that? Only and only the welfare of man. So that the compassion for all living things, it's a extraordinary. मतलब हमें, we are supposed to be kind. We all are supposed to be kind towards the animals and even as well as to the men. So students, here we will learn the half lesson. Next lesson, the half remaining part, we will learn in on next Saturday. Okay, students.